Hey guys, this is a quarantine um, world pandemic check-in. This I think is my third one. I overshare on Facebook. That's just what I do. Anyway, I made a list. Number one, I make terrible iced tea. Iced tea is so important to me. I love it so much. And you can't really get fresh brewed iced tea anymore, and I'm not going to restaurants anymore, and I make terrible iced tea. I have two different brands. I boil the water. I leave it in for 5 minutes. It's just not the same. I also terrible at making bacon. It's just not good. I tried the microwave. I tried the stovetop. Not good. Oh, I've started watching porn. I discovered Pornhub. It's just like something to do at the end of the night. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm really that into it. Just kind of added that to my things to do. Things that I think might be a good idea, like in my brain right now. I feel like I need a scooter. That seems to be pretty high on the priority list. I don't know where I would take it or how I would get it tagged. It seems like I might need a boyfriend when all of this is over. Possibly I might need a tattoo. Gosh, maybe I could get the cute little COVID germ that everybody's showing. Maybe I could say, I survived it or something. Oh, my cat, like I'm starting to think maybe I know how some of my old boyfriends might have felt when they're just like, get off. I need my space. My cat is thirsty for attention almost all the time. She does go outside, but I'm like, dude, give me some space. I need some space. Probably right now might not be the best time to watch the movie called Wag the Dog or The Last Man on Earth, which that show was pretty fascinating. Or like, any of the conspiracy stuff that, I like to delve into just a little tiny bit. I'll get back to that. I don't want to push people off quite yet. Oh, when I go on Facebook, there's lots of weird, like, little debates and arguments going on. I usually leave Facebook feeling pretty stressed out. It's not really that fun, although I like to overshare on Facebook. But it seems like maybe it's a little more people my age and older, and not really, I wouldn't call them arguments. I would just say people voicing their opinion, a little stressful. However, Instagram, I just laugh so hard because I just follow comedians. Thank God for comedians. And podcasts like Henry Zabrowski on last podcast on the left is the most hilarious person maybe of all time. I would like to see him and Karen Kilgariff in a room together, and I probably wouldn't survive how hard I would laugh. One of my favorite conspiracies is that it's the gray aliens in conjunction with the Illuminati, and like we're just all on a big timeout. I just think that's kind of interesting. And like right now you can really tell, especially on the Facebook arguments, who's compliant and who is, if you wanted to find out what personality each person had, this would be a great way to do it by how people are responding on Facebook. People that don't say anything, people that want to get into it and debate it, people who want to follow the rules completely to the letter and listen to the news we're getting and believe it 100%. People who just live in their own little worlds. Kind of guilty over here, except I do wear a face mask and gloves, and I don't want to hurt anybody else. And so, you're supposed to act like maybe you've already been exposed to it. And so I was already a germaphobe. So I'm always wiping my hands off all the time anyway. But it's like an interesting personality breakdown of how people respond to this. Are you depressed? How are you coping with, I'm just doing my projects. I go to work about 2 hours a day. There's hardly any mail. And weird, there's hardly any mail at the hospital. Way less mail than we used to get at the hospital. I don't have to go in the hospital anymore. I fixed that. That was the most stressful thing I did. Hardly any mail. Like, I don't know. And there's no cars in the parking lot. I'm like, where is everybody? I think like this whole like waiting thing of like, oh, people are starting to think, how long is this going to go on? Are they just going to keep taking more of our rights away? Like, is it for our own good? Or is it just the gray aliens? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm compliant. I'm pretty compliant. I don't know what category I would fall under. I really love all the jokes about how what am I, Gen X? How we were, like, our parents just said, go play, I'll call you for dinner. I spent 6 hours at the creek by myself on a regular basis as a child. Like, I know how to entertain myself. This is not a problem, obviously, from how many posts I'm making. But, and I think that the young kids now, since they're so tied to their phones and everything, they like to be inside. I don't like to be inside. And I'm not inside because I'm also a gardener, which is essential. I'm an essential person. Who would have thought I was essential? This mail job, I just got it on Craigslist about a year ago just to get me through the winters. Who knew? I mean, being a mail, I'm like getting people's medication to them, helping them get their medication. Wow. And then gardening, I guess if everybody's stuck at home, you want your houses to look pretty. I'm in my own car touching my own tools. I don't know, man. That's it. I don't know what day it is because I leave the house almost every day for work. I'm only quarantined all the rest of the time I'm home. Anyway, I hope you're doing okay. Bye.